Goodwill's tracking your Goodwill took your roundup, refuses to help the homeless. I hope this is not clickbait. Goodwill took your roundup but refuses to help the homeless.
She goes, "Oh, sorry about that. I must have pushed the wrong button." I said, "That's okay. You can refund it." And she goes, "Seriously? Seriously?"
Yeah, I don't know that we're allowed to tell you the truth, sir. I'll say what. Okay, no worries.
So this manager says, I don't know if we're allowed to just give you a pair of shoes.
Okay, because I called again and then I got it. I didn't mean to overtalk you. Yeah, I did. All right, thank you. Bye bye.
Shoes for free. They're really strict with us about that, is what he said. Really strict with you about donating free of charge a pair of shoes to a homeless woman that you got for free? What's the real mission? Why are we overpaying for used, worn merchandise when we could go down the street to Ross and buy something brand new for cheaper? Why are we rounding up? So recently I came at Goodwill pretty hard, and today I'm not here to apologize for it, but yet expose some other unsavory, shady, and all-around yucky things that I have discovered about Goodwill, in addition to everything going on with their pricing. So before I exposed, how Goodwill is raising their prices to these ungodly amounts, and they were also doing whatnot auctions to drive up prices of the donated luxury bags and shoes and other things. But today I want to take a turn. I want to go to another side of Goodwill and I want to talk about their roundup charity grift. I am choosing to allegedly call it a grift because I have seen some evidence to suggest that Goodwill may or may not be as charitable as it claims to be. And I don't personally believe, again, this is just my opinion. This entire video is just simply my opinion based on things that I have seen on the internet. It is my opinion that they don't necessarily use the funds in such a charitable way whenever you buy from their stores or whenever you round up at the register. That's what we're talking about today. We're talking about the roundup charity option that everybody has at the register. So if you don't frequent Goodwill and you don't exactly know what this roundup is, it's basically you round up to the next nearest dollar and your change gets donated to Goodwill's programs. So supposedly when you donate your change, when you round up at the register, that change is supposed to go towards things like job training, employment programs, community-based support services, as well as the overhead of all of the Goodwill retail stores. It is almost always an option when you go check out. You go check out all of your merchandise at Goodwill, and then the Goodwill employee says, "Would you like to round up?" And you have the option to say yes or no. However, I have found some people that did not say yes, and they were rounded up anyway, effectively stealing their change without their consent.
Story time. I'm at Goodwill, or Badwill as I call them, and they do the ubiquitous, "You want to round up?" The answer is no. I said, "No, thank you." And then I go to use my debit card and I tap the screen and it says $14 approved. And I said, "Why did it say it was $14 approved?" And she goes, "Oh, sorry about that. I must have pushed the wrong button." I said, "That's okay. You can refund it." And she goes, "Seriously? Seriously? Is this like the new scam like Goodwill is trying to pull, is like most people won't ask you to refund 30, it was 31 cents. And I get that it's just 31 cents, but it's 31 cents I said no to.
Right.
I think they're kind of banking on that we don't want to inconvenience anybody. Mm-hmm. I'm going to annoy everybody in line and it's on Goodwill, not on me.
Yep.
Because I said no. Y'all need to watch your receipts. It didn't say before I tapped my card what the total was. It like came up real quick, approved $14. But it was so quick. I probably would have gone home. And then how many people would come back for 31 cents?
I probably wouldn't.
Annoyed that she had to refund my 31 cents. But heck yeah, I got my 31 cents back. Bad will.
Okay, so I just came to the Goodwill and I bought something. They rounded up without my permission. So it's the moral of things. It's not
Right?
the money. I mean, it kind of is to some extent, but it's just the morality of things. Like, I even used a coupon to save money, but without even asking me, you just round it up. So the total right here, it says, so since I use a coupon, it's right here, the discount, and then it says give at the register 2 cents. I did not agree to this at all. Like, I don't even know. Like, I saw it happen immediately, and I was like, do I just...
To me, she almost kind of sounds not just hurt, but robbed. And yes, I know it's only 2 cents. We'll get to that in a minute. She feels like Goodwill literally robbed her. That's what I'm getting from her demeanor here.
I don't even know. Like, I saw it happen immediately, and I was like, do I confront this person or just stay quiet? Like, I don't know. Like, even when I got here to the car, I was like, should I go back and just say, like, don't do that next time? Like, I did not agree to round up.
So I know what you're probably thinking. It's 31 cents. It's 2 cents. I'm not going to make a big deal about it. It's going to a good cause. And that's why before I even started this, I wanted to preface this entire video by saying it is my personal opinion based on things that I have seen that these charitable donations are not necessarily being used to do good in the communities, job training, community outreach. It seems like, yes, some of the funds might be going towards that, but I don't think it's all going towards that. So I have a couple of things that I wanted to share with you that I found very, very skeezy about Goodwill online. And the first one is this news story.
Would you like to know how I became the longest survivor of mesothelioma? Over 20 years.
Of Goodwill in Sacramento has been indicted, accused of stealing over $1 million from charity. Richard Abruzzi is facing 13 federal counts, including wire fraud and identity theft. A grand jury says he used Goodwill money to pay $1.4 million to a fake company that he created. It was supposed to help Goodwill run its call centers and settle a lawsuit, but no work was ever done. If convicted, he faces decades in prison.
Now, is this particular story Goodwill's fault? No. You know, this was the former CEO of Goodwill in Sacramento. So he allegedly funneled $1.3 or $1.4 million of Goodwill funds into a company that he created. This money was supposed to go to call centers. It didn't. It went into a shell company and it went into the CEO's pocket. That's where $1.4 million went. It went into the CEO's pocket under a shell corporation. Is it just one bad apple? I don't think so. There are many CEOs. Goodwill is not just one Goodwill over the entire country. There's numerous regions. There's Goodwill of this region. There's Goodwill of Sacramento. They have a CEO. Goodwill in Ohio has probably 2 CEOs because it's divided into 2 different divisions, I'm pretty sure. There's numerous Goodwills, numerous CEOs, numerous irons in the fire, and plenty of ways, allegedly, for this money to be funneled into shell companies to line CEO and corporate pocketbooks. You know, just recently I did the video talking about how a Goodwill out of Ohio is running Whatnot auctions. They are on Whatnot having prices bid up and they claim that it's for a good cause. It very well could be. Maybe the Goodwill in Ohio that is doing the Whatnot shows, maybe they are actually doing it right. But what if something like this is happening and it's going towards this scumbag CEO's shell company and he's embezzling $1.4 million? We don't know. We don't know. And then I saw this video and I'm like, okay, one bad apple, possibly. Goodwill is there to do what? It's on their website. Community-based support services. That's pretty vague though, right? What could be considered community support services? If I was thinking about community support services, something that would come to mind for me would be helping to clothe people that cannot afford to buy clothes. people who might be homeless, people who might be in shelters, people who are financially destitute that have children, that might need clothes, they might need winter coats, they might need clothing for schools, they might need new shoes on their feet. That's what you think of when you think of community outreach and you think of community-based support services. At least that is what I think. But now I want to present to you a body cam video from a police officer who went into a Goodwill requesting shoes for a homeless woman that was on the street. And this is what he was met with.
My body cam's recording, just so you know, I have a homeless lady down at a gas station that has no shoes, and we just need a 9.5 men's. Is that something you might be able to help us out with?
Let me call Chance up, okay?
Okay, cool.
So it's kind of hard to hear him because there's a lot of background noise, but he said that there was a woman at the gas station who needed shoes. She was homeless, she had no shoes, and he asked, I believe, for a size 9.5 men's shoes, and this employee said that she's basically going to contact a manager to see if they can give him a pair of shoes.
Sounds good. I know him pretty well. Hey, how are you? Another day of fun and adventure. Good. Well, what can we do for you? So we have a homeless lady that's down the street, no shoes on. She just needs a pair of shoes. Is it possible we can get a pair off you? They're men's 9.5. And I mean, it can even be like flip-flops. Doesn't have to be anything fancy.
What? Is it the homeless girl all dressed in black? Kind of blondish hair?
No. No.
Older woman, I guess.
No. This girl's like in her late 30s, early 40s. Yeah.
Did she ever sign that said homeless, hungry, and need shoes?
Mm-hmm. No. Different one, though.
Different one than
Honestly, I don't know if we're allowed to tell you the truth, so okay.
This lady with the water bottle, I'm getting a vibe from her that I don't like. She's acting very like dismissive, like, oh, did she have a sign? Or, oh, did she have blonde hair? She's kind of giving superiority complex, in my opinion.
Okay, no worries. Do you have any that are for sale? Yeah, we got plenty for sale. Okay, all right.
Okay, hold on, I'm gonna go back.
Honestly, I don't know if we're allowed to tell you the truth, so okay, no worries.
I don't know if we're allowed to tell you the truth. So this manager says, I don't know if we're allowed to just give you a pair of shoes for free to help this homeless woman that needs a pair of shoes. That this police officer, this isn't just like a person coming in off the street saying, hey, can you give me a pair of shoes? This is a police officer that says there is a woman down the street at the gas station and she needs shoes. Is there any way that you can give a pair of shoes? Size 9.5 men's. And the manager of this Goodwill says, I don't think I'm allowed to do that. And so the officer says, okay, then do you have any for sale? In my opinion, this is completely disgusting. This is absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, we got plenty for sale. Okay, all right. I would like to help, but yeah, I know there's words about that. Yeah, no, I get it.
What did he say?
This would work. Perfect, thanks guys.
He says, I'd really like to help, but there's something about that. Like, I don't know if he said, but corporate is some way about that.
I would like to help, but yeah, I know there's words about that. Yeah, no, I get it.
There's something, God, what is he saying?
Yeah, I know there's words about that. Yeah, no, I get it. I would like to help, but yeah, I know there's words about that. Yeah.
They're really strict with us about that, is what he said. They're really strict with us about that. Really strict with you about donating free of charge a pair of shoes to a homeless woman that you got for free? Keep in mind, all these shoes that Goodwill has in its store were donated to them for free. Goodwill got these shoes for free. You can't just give this police officer a pair of shoes. I'm getting ick. I'm real ick vibes here.
This would work. Perfect, thanks guys.
So this police officer bought a pair of flip-flops because they couldn't give a pair of flip-flops away for free. What the hell is Goodwill really doing? In my opinion, it's not helping people. A Goodwill location had an opportunity to help somebody via police officer and didn't take it. Instead said, oh, I don't think I'm allowed to do that. Sorry. There's more to you guys. There is more. There is more. Goodwill is, in my opinion, doing more shady things than just overpricing their merchandise. There's a lot more to it. This rabbit hole goes deep. What is the real mission here? Because it sure as shit doesn't seem like it's helping people. What's the real mission? Why are we rounding up? Why are we overpaying for used, worn merchandise when we could go down the street to Ross and buy something brand new for cheaper? What's the mission? What's the deal? What is Goodwill even doing anymore? That's what I want to know. Today's video is brought to you by me and my family-owned and operated small business, Kinda Nutty. Our most popular products include our cinnamon glazed carnival nuts. This includes our signature flavored pecans, almonds, cashews, and peanuts. We also have other sweet treats like a variety of dipped nuts as well as a wide variety of saltwater taffies. Head on over to kindanutty.com and use code YouTube to get 10% off of your order today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video and videos like this, remember to hit the thumbs up. That's the fastest way to let me know that you like and appreciate this kind of content. If you have not yet subscribed, remember to subscribe and also ring that notification bell. That way you're notified whenever I post my next video. Thank you again so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Okay, so I just came to the Goodwill